Hi everyone, it's the 28th of June today, so Friday, end of the week, so let's run through and see what happened this week. A lot of the sessions this week are actually just catching up with the new delivery manager on my team and handing over stuff to answer her questions and so on and so forth, and also get ready for my own transfer into the new teams that I'm transferring into, so meeting with key people on those teams. It's interesting, moving teams is very much like moving jobs. So you sort of like almost can draw a line under your learnings and experiences in one team and then start at like a higher level in the next team. So clearly you make mistakes. Well, I speak for myself, clearly I made mistakes in the team. I did a lot of good work, a lot of work that I could do better now, and so it's about drawing a line under everything I've done and taking the good, taking the stuff that I've improved on and starting anew with a new team. And again, just trying to up the level again and try to get to an even better level with this team. And just, each time you move, much like when you move jobs, each time you move teams, getting better at what you're doing, starting at a higher start. Sometimes it feels like you're taking a step back because you don't know how the systems work, you don't know the people. But I think you have to take that step back to take those two steps forward and get even better at what you're doing. So looking forward to that next week. A bit of a change, a lot of change in terms of what I'm going to be doing on a day-to-day basis. Looking at two teams now, so I'm going to combine both their schedules into my calendar, and then start looking at integrating myself into those teams and seeing where I can provide value and how I can provide value. Just understanding the team and how it works. So there's so many nuances on how things work, how things are put together, who to ask, how the workflow goes through from, say, roadmap to individual developers picking it up, all that sort of stuff. So looking forward to that starting next week. The change actually coincides with an away day, so actually I start on their away day for one of the teams, which is nice because I get to meet them in person. Much nicer way of, I think, kicking off the sessions, and I can sort of have informal chats as well, which another thing you can't really do with online teams is have those informal chats, like you're just walking to get a cup of coffee and you're having a chat with someone. That doesn't really translate into online. People have tried it. I've signed up for like a random coffee, but it doesn't quite hit the same as an in-person catch-up. And as part of that, I'm also sort of clearing my calendar from all the regular recurring meetings and also leaving the Slack channels. So that's, again, a big sort of change for my routine. It's sort of like handing in my badge, I feel like, when I'm leaving the Slack channels. Between all that, I did manage to fit in a retro for one of the teams that I work with here. Again, really interesting, kept it fairly simple. It's a fortnightly retro. I used to be monthly, I've moved it to fortnightly because we just felt like fortnightly would give us better options in terms of catching up with each other and making those improvements. And then the big one this week was the away day. So I had a away day for my team, went into London and ran the day, facilitated it entirely myself, and just had a fun range of activities and a lot of interesting work, just looking at sort of establishing what the team's ideas are on ways of working. Because obviously once I leave, we've got a couple of projects, massive projects, which are coming to an end, and it's an opportunity for the new DM to start fresh after these projects finish. So what I wanted to do was actually get the team's input into these new ways of working. So I ran a retro about ways of working, about getting what do they want, what do they think is working, what could we improve on, all that stuff. So that information is ready for the new DM to pick up and sort of run with. A lot of fun on the away day, including a marshmallow spaghetti challenge. Yes, I did this marshmallow spaghetti challenge. Worked out amazingly well, and it was just so interesting to see the teams working on it. Really sort of, a nice team building exercise. It's simple, nice team building. Just need a quick trip to the shopping centre to pick up some mini marshmallows and some spaghetti. Massively overbought, so ended up stuffing myself with mini marshmallows on the way back, which is good and bad. That was really the focus for this week. The handing over to the new DM, try and pick up as much as I can for my new teams. Try not to do too much for my new team because there's a point of diminishing returns where you're just sort of overwhelming yourself for no reason. So I'll start on Monday with the new teams. I think I've got everything I need. I don't want to overdo it this week because I've got so much stuff to wrap up on my current team, and also obviously the away day for the team this week, and the Monday's away day for my other team. I've essentially planned large portions of that, so I can I'm going to be involved massively in that as well. So this week was kind of busy, so I thought, you know what, let's just step back. Let's understand what the key things are to get done. And if there's time for other stuff, I'll get other stuff done. But largely, focus on the key things. It's like that concept about jar and having bread and grains, and how do you fill the jar up? If you try to add the grains first, then you're going to struggle to get the large loaves of bread in. But if you add the loaves of bread in first, the grains will sort of fit in around the loaves. And that's the analogy between the large ones are your key priority tasks, and the grains are your filler tasks. This week I was just trying to get those large loaves into my jar, and then when there was chance, sprinkle some grains in there as well. And that was my week. I hope you enjoyed listening to that. See you all next time.